Kubor nagaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Kadon kajing ong, baladadon kajing angnut ban poi syakathong, omdon uno uding penkiang ubala ban khanglan, ya kajing temu jong ubriu, lada udem ban minot hop hak ke bautrang ban yok ken, ya usok batiang, lada dei hakakam kajam, kapule puthi, bat kiwe. Habayadai bat kane udan uwei urang ba ubasyong basa ham maulai mauro uban nadu kipor menshwa udan kajing angnut banlong unong nya lingsun. Henry onda ulakham san kerta penban ulet pule ban pentebet ha kalyang kajing so pen itenan ya karyam kaben. Habaya kren bat unong san Hima, uni urang ba u el sangma ulaong, nadu por bangadang kena, ngajupwa banlong nongnya lingsun, Henry hakapor bangladep ya kijing pule, ngalarai banlet pule fashion designing, Henry kajing trang kajonga kaklem patlem.
Well, since childhood, my dream was to become a pilot, but never knew that it would be so tough, like maths, physics, chemistry and all. So all that one was not inside me. Then I was lost in some part of my studies and all. So I choose as like textile, diploma in textile and all. I thought like, okay, at least something I can do in my life. So I joined textile in 2003 in Chennai, in Institute of Textile Technology. Then after that I went for seeking for job and went for work in Tirupur and all, but was not satisfied by because it was not my profession. I mean, inside me I'm not happy with all that one. So I changed my profession, I changed my job designation, still was not happy. Then I did fashion designing, then some diploma course in certificate course in advanced fashion and all. Still my mind is on that thing only, as because that was my dream.
Ula ongru bahadien ulaya kendu lang bat uwei uparlok jong u bat kilasdang ban persyang Shna ya kilingsun gibaren bala pendon kam da u remote control bat kumta ulai no ya kam kabautrei bat wan pai sha Meghalaya.
I joined again the advanced fashion designing course, a PG diploma in fashion designing again. Still my mind is on that. Then I came back from Chennai after struggling for 12 years. So I joined NIF. Then one of the student who is also into such thing. So I got motivated from him. So both of us, every day, every single evening, we used to watch YouTube. There is one channel called Flight Test. So those years only, I think they also started their channel. So it was quite small. Then we started watching that one, and we start to build the plane, but we never know that what is inside the plane first thing. We just did it blindly. It was quite challenging for us because both of us are from fashion background. So we come out with one model which is very simple, and we came to know what is elevator, what is aileron, what is rudder, and then how the propeller works, the function and all we studied. Then we had the first try in Maukedok. It was, I mean, didn't fly at all. It just goes in the runway and crashes somewhere else. So it happened like that. So we came again we developed, again we started new planes, but never flew, because there is one thing called center of gravity, which is we have to check in the aeroplane. If center of gravity is correct, it flies. But for us though, we are from different background and we never know all that one. So without knowing anything, we just happened to end up on that one. But still we did not lose hope. One day suddenly in golfing, I just took the plane, and then I thought whether it will fly or not. I just threw it in from my hand and I just controlled it. Suddenly it flew. Then I realized something that okay, this is the first plane it flew after 1.5 years of struggle. Then I brought that plane home and analyzed that why this plane fly, why those plane, the previous one did not fly.
That was which year?
That was in 2014. So from that day onwards, I started developing the same low wing planes. Then I thought, okay, low wing can fly, then high wing also should fly. Then I really wanted how it happens and why. So when I checked the YouTube and some basic aeroplane designs and all, then I come to see that all these planes they are called dihedral, hydral, all that one are there. So I again made that one, and again I checked. So from that day onwards, it starts to fly. But thing is lack of experience in all this one, and moreover lack of knowledge about all these planes and all. So it was a challenge. Though if it flies also, every time it crashes. So I cannot do landing, as because did not go for any flight training institute and all, so try to maneuver. So I never knew that how the flight control things and all these sticks, joysticks and all work. tried in the simulation also, but never happened. It's because flying in simulation, simulator, the working way of the simulation and all are different, whereas when you are really flying on that one, it's totally different. So because this one, if anything happens also, it happens inside the screen, but here if anything happens means it can crash in anyone's head also, it can crash in anyone's vehicle also, it can crash in anyone's property also, it can damage anyone also. So that and all started to come inside me. So in order to avoid all that one, I never wanted to fly in the crowded place, especially golf link first thing. So I used to go for such place where there are no people at all. So I went into such deep, all alone myself, how to upgrade the plane. Suddenly I came with the jet. The jet also, the functions are same, but only thing is it's called EDF, electric duct fan. So that one, it's inside the body of the aeroplane, so not outside the body. So it sucks everything, and then so I started learning, okay, working condition of jet also same, elevator, aileron, rudder, everything same. The only thing is it's more faster and need the control, it's little different, difficult, but I really enjoyed. But I flew just for a few this one, then I made the biggest one. So I tried flying that one in Mau Plang. So it was challenging, all the kids are after that plane, as because they have never seen the aeroplane, very close by. So I tried 1 round, 2 round maneuver, and then I tried bringing for landing. But all the kids, after seeing the plane, they wanted that plane to hold it, to catch it, to see it, what is that thing. So I have to crash landing that one also, and then when I come back, it's all in one mesh, in one dustbin. So later I realize how to make it into such thing, if it crashes also, so it's repairable. And the price matters, as because cannot afford other US, UK states and all, though they have their own hobby store. Here in Meghalaya we don't have anything like that. So hobby means here something okay, flying drones means small drones, or maybe fishing means chalo, you get something like that. But here, in order to get one specific product item, I have to wait at least for a week. If I wanted the propeller, if the propellers are broken, from where to get? If I make myself, it may fly, but it won't be accurate. So from outside I have to order Pune, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai. So I used to order parts by parts and assemble here by myself. And since now it's almost 6 years or 8 years I've been flying, so now I feel more confident to fly. And even if it is little crowded also, this one also I can maneuver and land somewhere else. So it was quite challenging, as fashion designing something else, and making planes and flying something else, as because this is also an aircraft. At this moment, I'm working for Basin Development as a manager in UAV drone department. So in Basin, we actually go for survey. So we are engaged in some aerial mapping at the moment. So I never knew that the background of this fashion designing can end up into that profession which I always dream of, seeing from the sky. So now it's like my dream come true. As a hobby, it became a profession now. So making a drone, I mean, like, you know, quadcopter. So I thought it would be hard, but when I went deep inside that one, it's all same. So now I really love like making and like, you know, flying. It makes me more like, you know, like more challenging for tomorrow. Like I get to learn more. Me also, I could not like, you know, afford to buy all at once. When you see all this one, people thinks like this will be really very costly, but when you knows how to make it, it can come below 1,000 rupees also, 2,000 also, 3,000 also. So these are all like materials which, like, you know, the body especially are made out of thermocol with some piece of plywood inside, and like, you know, tire foam and all, like, you know, you can make that one very easily if you know how to make it. So like this one, I probably, like, you know, the body especially, it will come to around maybe 300-400 rupees. But when you see in the internet and all, the cost of this one will be 52,000, 60,000, or minimum 30,000. But when you know the proper, I mean, like, you know, the models, everything, the scale, size, whatever, every plan is there in internet now, in Google. So take out that plan, you can develop yourself also, you get to learn a lot. Situation, like all the youngsters are busy with their phones, first thing I can say, and like, you know, many gets misled with all that one. In those times, like, you know, when I was struggling into, like, you know, to get all this one, I never think about like I should have a good mobile phone, I should have, like, you know, have, I mean, like hi-fi things and all, but because I cannot afford. But seeing now today's condition, like, you know, the youngsters and all, they all are, like, you know, in their dreams, like, you know, having a good mobile phone. Each and every single family children, like, you know, holding the phone. But what is their actual hobby? They forgot. They never run nowadays, they never do cycling nowadays, they never, like, you know, fly kites nowadays. Making a kite, it's somewhat like, you know, it's like a glider only, it's like gliding only. So, like, you know, I would like to suggest to the youngsters, like, you know, if they have the interest in all this one, not only this aeroplane or drone, there are, like, you know, different types of hobby which, like, includes RC hobby, I mean cars, trucks, like, you know, boat, ship, and, like, you know, there are lots. Well, I would suggest that yes, if, like, you know, if there are like support from the government or like anyone, because there are, like, you know, lots of people who wants to do all that one, they dream of that one. It's not the rich people can do, everyone can do if they have the interest, if they have that mind into that. So I'm not saying that, like, you know, these parts are costly, these parts are this one. If somebody wants to get trained, I'll be very happy. I would like to, like, you know, organize a small club also where everyone can afford to come enjoy, see that one. But only thing is, like, here in Meghalaya we doesn't have much of, like, to spend much, so cannot afford maximum people. But if, like, government can assist or can give support, then, like, we can bring this up into such level where, like, this can be like part of hobby also, as one institute also, as, like, one, I mean, like, under one umbrella. Every day one plane, every day it get crashes. Still in my mind says, don't give up, carry on. So till today I have never counted the plane. Maybe probably, like, since 2013 I started flying, and 2 years of wasting all the plane. That means, like, 2 years it went though, but I never give up that, like, so till today I'm flying, I'm enjoying. So that's the best part, that, like, whatever model I wanted to make now, I see in the image, I mean Google, I take it down in the paper, and then I just made it according to the scale and all. I just kept some videos in Facebook, and in Facebook, yes. So anyone, like, can contact me if they're really interested. I'm always, like, happy to help it. Then one more thing, and even in YouTube also, I think few videos are there. Just type RC Planes Shillong, you'll see Lee Sangma. So in that one you can contact me also. I'll put my contact number there. And in Facebook you can, like, directly message me, or, like, see my profile also. You'll get to know everything there only.